Morning everybody, so end of the week again, and what a difference between the day yesterday and the day today. Yesterday was absolutely gorgeous. Remember I said to you, John said it was a scorcher, but today, my goodness, and I don't know if you heard the thunder this morning, really loud in the early hours of the morning. For some people, so I'm sure some people were up by that time, but really loud thunder. So maybe that'll clear the air a wee bit, but I think by the look of the forecast it's supposed to go on for a number of days, so will give us a wee bit of a respite and perhaps keep people off the beaches at the weekend. So that's just the holidays started now for the schools in South Lanarkshire anyway, not in all authorities. So if you can, keep in your prayers, remember those in schools, all people connected with schools, and pray for them to have a good break and a good holiday before we go back in August again. So keep them in your prayers if you can. So this morning, a wee bit earlier, because I'm going to participate in a webinar on the Church of Scotland, and it starts at 10:30, so I'm getting this done so that I can go and log into the webinar in a few minutes time. So Friday, no message from me tomorrow or Saturday or Sunday, but our own church service will be on the Facebook pages and on the website at 11 o'clock on Sunday morning as our usual worship time. So remember that, and remember also that the Bible study group is on a Wednesday night. Zoom into that if you can, but the morning service is just on the website and Facebook. You don't need to have any login or anything for that at all. You just click on and you'll see it there. I know a good number of people are listening to the service and people are appreciating that the service is there, and I hope you can do that if you're able. I know that a lot of people have also been enjoying the reflections at the Quay that have been on and have been pleased at the variety of people that have been leading the worship there. Particularly, my mum particularly enjoyed last week the lady from Christian Aid who was speaking, and the young chap from Tear Fund, and she particularly enjoyed listening to them. So I think it's been really good that that's been on. A lot of the young ones playing the music have been friends of Young Bills. You might have seen, they might still be on again, because I know they did do a few recordings, but Ewan and Siobhan, if they're on, Ewan playing the guitar and Siobhan singing, they're Billy's bass pal, and Sandra Button is a member of our congregation, who's Ewan's mum. So people have been enjoying the reflections from the Quay. Sorry, that's my reminder about the webinar. And I'll be going on to listen to that soon on the Church of Scotland website. So yesterday I started reading the story about Ruth, and today I'm going to read about Ruth again. Ruth, unfortunately, has lost her husband and has gone back with her mother-in-law to where the family were from, and as in the times then, it's up to the family to look after the women, and she has met Boaz, but Boaz realises that there is a nearer relative of the family, and he has now gone to see him, and that's where we are today in Ruth chapter 4. Boaz went to the meeting place at the town gate and sat down there. Then Elimelech's nearest relative, the man whom Boaz had mentioned, came by, and Boaz called to him, "Come over here, my friend, and sit down." So he went over and sat down. Then Boaz got 10 of the leaders of the town and asked them to sit down there too. When they were seated, he said to his relative, "Now that Naomi has come back from Moab, she wants to sell the field that belonged to our relative Elimelech, and I think you ought to know about it. Now then, if you want it, buy it in the presence of these men sitting here. But if you don't want it, say so, because the right to buy it belongs first to you and then to me." The man said, "I will buy it." Boaz said, "Very well, if you buy the field from Naomi, then you are also buying Ruth, the Moabite widow, so that the field will stay in the dead man's family." The man answered, In that case, I will give up my right to buy the field, because it would mean that my own children would not inherit it. You buy it. I would rather not. Now, in those days, to settle a sale or an exchange of property, it was the custom for the seller to take off his sandal and give it to the buyer. In this way, the Israelites showed that the matter was settled. So when the man said to Boaz, "You buy it," he took off his sandal and gave it to Boaz. Then Boaz said to the leaders and all the others there, "You are all witnesses today that I have bought from Naomi everything that belonged to Elimelech and to his sons, Chilion and Mahlon. In addition, Ruth the Moabite, Mahlon's widow, becomes my wife. This will keep the property in the dead man's family, and his family line will continue among his people and in his hometown. You are witnesses to this today." The leaders and the others said, "Yes, we are witnesses. May the Lord make your wife become like Rachel and Leah, who bore many children to Jacob. May you become rich in the clan of Ephrath and famous in Bethlehem. May the children that the Lord will give you by the young woman make your family like the family of Perez, the son of Judah and Tamar." So Boaz took Ruth home as his wife. The Lord blessed her, and she became pregnant and had a son. The women said to Naomi, "Praise the Lord, he has given you a grandson today to take care of you. May the boy become famous in Israel. Your daughter-in-law loves you and has done more for you than 7 sons. And now she has given you a grandson who will bring new life to you and give you security in your old age." Naomi took the child, held him close, and took care of him. The women of the neighbourhood named the boy Obed and told everyone, "A son has been born to Naomi." Obed became the father of Jesse, who was the father of David. This is the family line from Perez to David. Perez, Hezron, Ram, Aminabad, Nashron, Salmon, Boaz, Obed, Jesse, David. Amen, and may God bless this reading of his holy word. Just before I go, I hope everybody's doing well. I always, when I read any stories in the Bible and I hear about Jesse, I always remember my grandpa, because that was his middle name, and it always makes me think of him when I hear the name Jesse, because in Glasgow that was something you didn't really want to be called, so it always kind of amuses me a wee bit. But keep well over the weekend, keep inside, don't get too wet, and I hope everybody has a good weekend, and we'll see you back here on Monday. Bye.